Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie. Well, last time, our sister was kidnapped by the evil witch Gruntilda because, you know, she was playing outside, unsupervised, in a neighborhood with witches in them. Best big brother ever. No wonder she doesn't show up inside Banjo-Tooie. Anyway, without further ado, let's start with the first actual level of the game, Mumbo's Mountain. And we're already here. And there are 3 new moves to learn. Yes, that is something that is inside this game in the worlds for the most part. After a while, we're going to learn all the moves. There will be new moves for us to learn. Bottles will always tell you how many moves there are for you to learn inside the game. If you hit the start button, we will get our totals right here. And you might notice there are no Mumbo tokens here. Mumbo tokens technically aren't for 100%, and I'm going to go after the Mumbo tokens that I know where they are. If I miss any, don't worry. I'm going to go back later in a cleanup video for all the remaining Mumbo tokens I might miss. Because I don't remember where all of them are. I know where enough of them are for me to get through the game, though. Because you only need 75 out of the 115 that are in the game. Technically 116, but I'll get into that later. Die. And what is this thing right here? Weird little dinosaur thing. What are you? So, this is a Jinjo, yes. One thing we're going to be having in every single world inside this game are Jinjos. There are 5 in each stage for you to collect. One thing that was changed based on the Xbox 360 version is that when you die, you keep the Jinjos, as opposed to you losing the Jinjos every time you died in the previous game. Now, this could be a good and a bad thing. A good thing because you don't need to collect it anymore, but a bad thing when it comes to the Jiggy that is collected from them, because once you get the 5th Jinjo, you will automatically get the Jiggy. There is one thing that can screw it up, though, and that's for later levels, and I might as well just go into this now, but first things first, let's grab this Mumbo token here. And use for Mumbo's magic. Now, when it comes to the glitch, what can end up happening is, in some instances, you can actually get the 5th Jinjo without actually fully collecting the Jiggy, if I'm remembering correctly. And if you were to die or somehow leave the area when that happened, then you could end up completely missing out on that Jiggy entirely, because I think it will glitch out of the game. It's very, very rare for that to happen. You have to... I think you have to actively try in order to do that. But yes, what we just collected right now was a note. There are 100 in each stage, and they will be used to unlock doors inside Gruntilda's lair, so we're going to need them. So make sure you collect them. That's another thing that was changed. That's a good thing, is that you get to keep your notes instead of them scattering again. Apparently, the reason for you losing your notes was because the N64's hardware couldn't handle you having them stayed collected, which I'm not surprised. This game really actually pushed the N64 a lot. Now this thing right here, you can't kill, but you can knock it out. So what is this thing? This is gonna be pretty much my commentary. Yep, this is a little beehive here. Whenever you break one of these, you will end up getting some honey. So die. I just killed a sentient box. I am just the oodles of niceness. And who's this? Ah, Conga. Donkey Kong reference? Well, I wonder what happens when he throws these oranges on these things. Oh, oh, come on, Conga. Oh, come on. Nope. Throw it. There we go. I found Conga's gold, and now I claim it in the name of me. Yep. There are 10 Jiggies in every single stage. That never varies. And that includes, actually, Gruntilda's lair. So, woohoo! Got myself a puzzle piece, and goddammit, Kazooie. And inside this game, whenever you end up getting 2 Jiggies, you will get an achievement for that, called Get Jiggy With It. Oh, God, that messed with my notification. Right, but we're not done with Conga. I'm going to take this orange right here. No, I'm not putting it back. Yes, oranges are nice. I love oranges. I'm pretty sure this monkey loves oranges too. Oh. So, you didn't have to call me fat. You didn't have to call me fat at all. So, Jiggy number 2. And yes, you will be doing this animation every time, which means poor Kazooie is going to be choking by the end of this playthrough. Now, I know that I can go up that way and get something, but one thing I love about Banjo-Kazooie is how open it can be in terms of everything. To do a comparison, in Super Mario 64, the world was open, yes, but you had the problem of every time you're getting a star, you get booted back to, you know, the entrance of the stage, which is something I'm never a big fan of. This game remedies that, and that's why I love it so much for it. The other thing is you can multitask so much and still be able to finish everything, which is why I'm doing this right now. So let's go and learn the first move, and then we're going to also learn the most helpful move in this game. So, kill that. We're going to be back here soon enough, but Bottles, what will you teach me? Ow. Oh, I love the sound of it. Yep, we will definitely be using it a lot. So pretty much as Bottles said, jump in the air, right or left trigger, and boom. Now, unlike Super Mario 64, which taught me that if I were to, you know, ground pound at a certain level, I would avoid damage, I would not recommend doing that in Banjo-Kazooie because you will still take lots of damage from it. Honestly, don't. There is other ways that you can avoid damage if you do it just right, though. It wouldn't be a collectathon if you didn't. So, this, and we got eggs right here. I can make some delicious omelets. I can use you as ammo, or I could use you as lunch. Oh, enemy. Nope. Nope. I totally didn't miss him. All right, so let's break this one, and we get the green Jinjo. The Jinjos will always be the same colors in this game, so no worries. And when we break this one, we get a trophy. Sweet. And this one right here will grant us another Jiggy. So, there we go. Now, Mumbo's Mountain, if I were speeding through this, I think the fastest I've ever beaten Mumbo's Mountain is 10 minutes. But I sort of want to show everything off, which is why they're just handing me these Jiggies left and right. Yeah, the first level is pretty simple, and generally what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and keep levels just contained to their own episodes. That's going to be a bit of a pain later on for some of the stages, especially the second one, because I find that I get collectathon happy in that one. But now to learn the most useful thing in this game, by far. The Talon Trot. The Talon Trot pretty much makes running a non-issue inside the hub world and inside of the actual levels themselves. So what you do is you hold the right trigger and then press the left trigger, and Kazooie will stand up, and basically you will be able to run faster. It's like an infinite super hoop, for a comparison, and by God, is it the most useful thing in this game. After you're done, you don't have to hold both the right and left trigger. You just hold one trigger and you'll still be able to do it. So, let's grab this Jiggy. Open wide. Oh, there we go. That's 5. Now, you can always tell that a Jinjo is near because you'll hear them going, help. So, don't worry, there's an audio cue for you there. But the Talon Trot also has another useful benefit, and that is it allows you to scale steep walls without slipping. Now, of course, there are certain limitations for it. The slope detection won't let you, but it's still extremely useful, believe me. Oh, boy. So, let's grab this one. Enough notes to break the first note door. Yep. So what is a note door? We're going to get into that soon enough, but for right now, let us grab more notes, because I need to get them all. Wait. Oh, dang it, I missed them. I'm very bad at controlling the Talon Trot at times, and I find this is something that also can be a detriment to the Xbox 360 version, because while I'm not a big fan of the N64 controller, I'd be lying out of my ass if I were to say that that analog stick was very precise. That's why I'd prefer playing Majora's Mask based on that version. But there we go. That is Jinjo number 5, and as you can see, I didn't collect the Jiggy, so if I wanted to, I could do the glitch right now, but I kind of don't want to. Then I'd have to do a whole new save again. Right, so that's number 6. And let's grab these notes right here. Oh, dang it. I always overshoot it a little bit. All right, Conga. I'm back. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to wreck your face. But first, we must learn the move to wrecking the face. Wow, I did not know that I could jump with Talon Trot on that. So, let's learn Kazooie's last move here, and that is, you guessed it, shooting eggs. The ancient way of the egg. That can have many different meanings. Ow. Ooh. And regurgitating the eggs from your throat does not sound painful, Kazooie. Sure. Right, so use the left edge while crouching. Oh god, he made that egg-citing pun. Sorry, I had to speed up the text here. So it gives us that, and there we go. We've learned all the moves inside of Mumbo's Mountain. Perfect. But before we continue on, we're going to be doing something with Conga. We need to get this Mumbo token and this right here. So what we do is, in every stage, there will be a switch for this, and it will cause a Jiggy to appear inside of Gruntilda's lair. That is what we're going to be using a lot of the time, so always look out for the switches. You need to find them in order to activate them inside Gruntilda's lair. They don't always cause a Jiggy to spawn. Sometimes they'll cause certain things to change in the lair that you can end up hitting for it to, you know, change. But let us spit out the eggs. You can spit out 3 at a time. Whoop. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. That was first person mode, which is the Y button. My mistake. I forgot to say that in the last game. I rarely use the first person one, so I forget it. Oh, ow. Conga hit me. Yeah, Conga, you're a good shot, so am I. Sweet! I got more of Conga's gold. I got gold. There we go. And that should make Jiggy number 7. All right, so now I think we should go and meet the mainstay person of this mountain, and why, you know, this mountain is, you know, aptly named Mumbo's Mountain. Only makes sense. But before we do, we still need to do a few things. First, ow. All right. There we go. For one, we're going to get the first honeycomb, which, as you can see, there's a little alcove right there. So let's go down there. There we go. Perfect. Got it. Now, you can't Talon Trot upside this hill, unfortunately, so don't try it. Oh. Banjo out! Talon Trot, you are so useful. It's the one thing that makes the beginning of the game for me always a pain, because I can't Talon Trot. Alright, and let us go inside here. Because there is something inside here. Why is everyone insulting me today? Everyone always insults Banjo. Why? Why do you insult the bear? Why not the bird? The bird's kind of a wise ass. Right, and we have a Jiggy that's right here. I wanted to save this one for when I ended up getting Talon Trot, because otherwise you have to glide to each one of these, and that's a pain in the butt. Right? Now, one thing about Talon Trot, also, you can't Talon Trot on a sloped ledge. You have to be firmly on the ground, I believe, because otherwise you'll just slide down. Makes sense. And let's get the remaining notes right. Yep. And these ones, if I stop spinning around, it's times like this I do miss the precision of the N64's analog stick. It's unpadded analog stick. That was like the real detriment to me with that thing, was that it was unpadded, which made Mario Party 1 evil. Alright, so I am missing 5 notes. That's actually rather good in my case. But before we also go to meet Mumbo, even though, you know, this is called Mumbo Mountain, let's give these guys some eggs. Which is why I just pooped one out. Sure, I have a blue stone. Now, I think you have to shoot 3 into each one? No. Dang it. I hit right into it. There we go. Okay, I guess it's only 2. Or 1. And before you hit the last one, jump onto the top of it and grab the second honeycomb piece for Mumbo's Mountain, completing that up. So, there we go. That's the last one. And here is Jiggy number 9. There we go. So only 1 left. And let's go and meet the main man himself, Mumbo Jumbo. Why, hello there, Mumbo. Yep. Now, one thing about Mumbo tokens, usually there are enough Mumbo tokens inside each stage of the game in order for you to progress for the next transformation. The only one that doesn't apply is a later stage, and I will say which one that is. But there are Mumbo tokens in every single stage of the game, so you should have no problem. But stand on the switch, hit the X button, and we will turn into the specific transformation for this world, a termite. But we're not going to be doing that. Yes, Mumbo, practice. I want to turn into something like a T-Rex. It'd be amazing. But now that we've met Mumbo Jumbo, I think I should go into the voice acting of this game. The grunting voice acting of this game. And what is the voice cast of this game? 3 people. Only 3 people. Yep. They are Grant Kirkhope, Chris Savor, and Chris Sutherland. Chris Sutherland is the voice of Banjo and Kazooie. Chris Savor, if you people out there might recognize him, is the voice of Gruntilda, as well as many of the additional voices in the game. And you might also recognize him as Conker, as well as the creator of Conker's Bad Fur Day. And Grant Kirkhope, you might recognize as the composer of this game. Yep. I always suck at these jumps here. So, pretty much, that's pretty much what they're doing. I'm not going to do my normal full-on bios like I usually do, because this really isn't just full voice acting. And for the most part, that's really the only projects they've done. Chris Sutherland, the only thing he's done is Banjo and Kazooie, to my knowledge. Now, one thing that's annoying is, even though you're a termite, you can still get hurt by these termites. I believe if I... Yeah, it's just touch damage, so avoid touching them. I hate that so much. Dang it. I always suck at these jumps. I did it perfectly in my test playthrough, but this is just a recording curse playing its nasty habit trick on me. Okay, and jump. And jump again. And jump again. Okay, I thought I jumped too early. So, take a vote. Oh, or else what? Oh, that's right, you can't get up here, you dick. Haha. And before we do that, we grab that trophy. Watch out, do not fall off, otherwise you will have to go through that whole thing again. And let's get Jiggy number 10. And that tune plays whenever you have enough of the not Mumbo tokens, whenever you have all the Jiggies inside the stage, that little tune will play, which is always nice. Banjo normally does a little dance when you end up doing that, but, you know, I'm sort of a termite right now. But let us exit this stage now. Now, to exit a stage in this game, you must go to the pad at the beginning to exit the stage. If you hit exit game, you will get a game over. So, we're going to be leaving as a termite, because in this game, the transformations stay for a while. I got them from Amazon. But it looks like this guy's out here now. Yep, one thing, and normally Grunty would say that. I'm surprised she's not saying it right now. Is that once you open up a stage, the enemies from the inside of it will show up in that area. But you want to stay a termite in order so that you can climb this hill to get the second Jiggy, my mistake. The second Jiggy of Gruntilda's lair. I keep forgetting about that first one that they just give you. But here is the downside to this. Yep, you can't stay in the form forever, and after a certain while, you will transform back. You're gonna have to keep that in mind. With the first time Mumbo ends up saying magic getting weak, that means that you don't have much farther that you can go before you end up turning back. So we're gonna have to keep that in mind. But let's go up this way now that we have our talent trot, and we'll come across the first note door, which requires 50 notes. Luckily, we have 100 of them. So, what is this, Bottles? Even though I just explained what it is. Or couldn't you actually... Here's a thought, Bottles. I know I'm about the whole notes thing, otherwise I wouldn't be collecting them. Couldn't you just make a tunnel? Ah, here's where Grunty says about a world door where baddies escape and roam once more. So, let us open the first door. Just simply go up to it. It phases away. And this is the dance that Banjo will do when he ends up getting all the Jiggies in the stage. So, let's go into the second area of the game real quick. My first and my last. My 3 100% save files like to disagree with you there, Grunty. But, let's go down over this way, and we will find... Dingpot, is that you? Nope, this is a magic cauldron. Magic cauldrons are going to be warp points in this game. Basically, they're the same thing. If you've played The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, think of the pots that are inside the dungeons. They're also in A Link to the Past as well, but behind this one is a Mumbo token. So, always nice to grab that. And let's go forward before we end up finishing this off, because we have a character here. Who are you? Gruntilda. Gruntilda's nicer sister, who snuck into her house. She'll tell us 3 every time we find her. And what she's doing is, she is actually pretty much giving you advice for a later world in this game. Now, I know Grunty's secrets already, so you can easily end up, you know, asking her. Honestly, I think it would take up more time in the LP than me doing it. Although she does have rather interesting secrets, that's for sure. But before we end off this episode, let's open up the next world. So, we need 2 Jiggies for this one. And one thing, if you hit... Oh, won't let me. If you hit... Will it not let me do it in this one yet? Huh, It won't let me do it in this one, huh? I guess you have to wait until it... There is a way that you can just instantly add all the puzzle pieces you need to the puzzle, but it won't let me do it for this next one because I guess Bottles has to tell me that. Oh, that's odd. So, let's add in the next 2. To remove pieces that you have already put down, move the right stick down, but once the picture is complete, all the pieces are stuck there permanently. So that is something to keep in mind if you're running low on Jiggies and don't want to open up a certain stage, although I don't know why you would. So, let us open up the next stage. I have no idea what Grunty was about to say, because I think that she was going to be talking about her sister turning on her. Huh. But this little jingle that actually plays means that you're by Gruntilda, so whenever you hear it, that means that she's nearby in case you need to do it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're going to head into our next stage, Treasure Trove Cove. See you guys then.